What's going on, everybody? Outside the Meriwether Pavilion today in Columbia, Maryland, getting ready to say what's up to Amon Amarth. What's different about the heavy metal experience in Europe, going to a show or going to a festival there versus playing something here in America?
The festivals in Europe, that's usually like people go there and they camp like for a week maybe. So I mean, you got a lot of festivals here, but they're like shorter usually. And otherwise, like metal fans in general, it's very similar all over the world. So it's not a huge difference.
Like Ted said, they're all metal fans, and metal fans are the same.
Yeah. At the end of the
They
day.
behave the
But of
same.
course, I mean, if you go to like, the one that comes to my mind is like Hellfest. I mean, it's not only the festival, with the bands, but the whole festival ground is fucking amazing. They have a lot of cool shit there.
It's
And,
like
and the
an
thing is
art
that
exhibition at the same time.
they own the land they have the festival on, so they don't tear it apart after the festival. They have it set up the whole fucking year, and they can just continue build it.
The new album, Berserker, feels like a dynamic album. Is that on purpose? Is that something that you noticed at the end of recording this, or something that you sort of decided to do going into the recording process?
This was probably something we had aimed for this new album, like the new studio and the new producer. We were trying to make a more dynamic album, like in general. But kind of like you never know how dynamic it will end up in the end, because a lot of these orchestral parts or things, that's something you build kind of like in the studio. That's where you get the sound of it. But we totally had this in our mind to make a more dynamic album.
I think we talked about that before we started to write the songs, that for the next album we need to somehow include more elements to the songs to make them more dynamic.
Is this the first album that you've recorded in the US?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me why you decided, after all the albums you've made overseas, why you decided to try recording here in the US?
Well, first of all, we said that we wanted to record somewhere where we have decent weather. I think that
makes sense.
We don't want to record in Sweden, and we did UK with Andy Sneap, and obviously Andy Sneap is a rock star these days, and he wouldn't have time for us anymore. But we kind of said like we wanted to go somewhere where it's kind of nice.
Yeah. Okay.
And why not? I mean, we can pretty much do whatever we want to do. But obviously, it was the reason it was LA. That's because of Jay. He lives in LA.
Okay.
The producer.
Yeah.
So when we first, nailed down who's going to be the producer, and that's kind of, we gave him, to suggest studios for us, and we went over to LA, and I think we visited 5 studios or whatever.
There were six different studios.
6 studios,
just to check out.
And then we felt best for one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely wanted to be somewhere else, and I think I really like to be recording that is not close to home, because if you go home in the evenings, you kind of like, then you go back to your home duties, and then you kind of forget about what you've been doing the whole day, and then next day you go back to the studio. So I kind of like to be away and just grind it, don't think about anything else than the recording.
I know you guys are getting ready to do a European tour, and then you're coming back to North America later in the fall to tour further dates here in the US. So when, again, talking about the set lists that you do for those tours versus what you're doing right now, do you usually try to plan the songs around the set that you're doing, or the stage show, or the other way around? Do you plan the stage set around the songs that you want to play? You know what I mean?
I think it's kind of a little bit of both ways. I mean, obviously, right now we're working on the next stage show, because on this one we using the boat, and we had the boat for years. So on the fall tour, we're gonna bring out the Berserker stage, and yeah, totally, we are planning the stage together with certain set list ideas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I don't really want to go too deep into what we're gonna have,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely. And also, I mean, for the fall tour, it's gonna be like 5 months after the album release, so we have a lot of time to hear what the fans like from the new album.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be awesome.
I wanted to hear, maybe for both of you, just a couple of people that were influences for you.
For me, the reason I picked guitar, really, totally. But you know, yeah, I've been a metalhead since, you know, I can't even remember. You know, I had an older brother, so he pretty much got me into it. And you know, I'm still a fan even today. And you know, when I'm not on tour and there's bands coming to my town, I go check them out, like just like everybody else, you know.
Nice.
And it's kind of cool, you know. It's kind of, you know. I was thinking when you said that picture, I thought about it not long ago when we were recording the album in LA. We went to see Accept show, and after the show we were hanging out with the guys, and it was kind of like, you know, thinking back to that picture that I had, you know, when I was a kid. I had Accept on the wall, and nowadays I'm fucking hanging out with the guys. You know? It is crazy world.
Yeah.
I never would have thought, you know, that would ever happen.
Yeah.
But you know, hey, Accept or us or Slayer or whoever, we're all just normal guys that happen to play in bands. You know, it's nothing
Fortunate
really.
enough to make it.
Yeah.
It's nothing really special about it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But as a fan, you don't really see it that way.
Like the band that meant a lot to me was, of course, the Kiss, because that was like when I was 7, 8 years old. That's the first kind of bands.
Yeah.
And then I got hooked on Iron Maiden after that, and you know, the kind of like the live show of these bands was kind of like what you were dreaming about when you were a kid. And
All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate your time. You can hear the new album Berserker. You can check them out on tour this fall in North America. Amon Amarth. Go check them out.